Hey, you guys, it's another Saturday night. Something a little new for you. I know you're thinking, what in the world? But season three is coming, you guys. So, we got to change it up a little bit for you guys. So, we're starting tonight. So, again, and first and foremost, welcome to SC Book Gals and Friends Chat. And I'm your girl, SC Book Gal 843, Patrice Grimble. Well, tonight is going to be a little different, you guys, okay? So, most of the time, I have my authors here in the studio with me, but I had the opportunity to work with a very special circumstance. I'll let that person explain that circumstance to you. But I have had the opportunity to work with an author from his manuscript, his work, and now we're at the completing stage of getting the book published. So, remember I told you guys there's a little circumstance in this? Well, I'm going to bring my guests up and they're going to tell you a little bit about their circumstance. My guest's name is Mr. LaKendrick Northern. So, come on up, tell everyone hello. All right. So, you guys, um, I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about himself. So, Mr. Northern, can you tell us about yourself?
Well, of course, just playing the name Kendrick Northern. I was born in Blytheville, Arkansas. I stayed in Montgomery, Alabama. The way of my stepfather that practically raised me. You know what I'm saying? He's in the Air Force. I was pretty much raised in a family that loving, caring. You know what I'm saying? I just chose the rebellious path. Typical for a young black man. Being a product of the environment. But it's a time where a young black man can make a transition and walk to someone better. So that's I'm 25 years old. So that's pretty much it.
So, if you can tell everyone the circumstance, and then we can go into how that in authorship has impacted your life. So, the circumstance that you have is.
So my circumstance, I'm currently incarcerated, soon due for parole. Just thanking on God for that. And that time, that like I said, it was a time of life to transition. You have to prepare for situations that happen. Doing to be in front of my environment. You know what I'm saying? And it had slowed me down, like you know what I'm saying, and valuable lessons and things like that. And dealing with this subject matter of reading, you know what I'm saying, in my era. We was mostly in the streets and on social media and stuff like that. We got these people and drive over to the place and handle business and situations. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in my era. So we didn't have time to read. Either get on social media, read was on social media. That's what it wasn't on forte.
All right. So the circumstance that is the reason for our headline tonight is authors behind the walls. So, LaKendrick, can you tell us a little bit about how becoming an author has impacted you in your journey of where you are and where you're going to be? Because I know, in my understanding, this is not going to be your only book. This is now starting, this is your career. So tell us how becoming an author has affected you in any type of way.
First of all, everyone has a certain thing they want to do in life, you know what I'm saying? And personally, being an author wasn't my thing that I want to do at first. But like I say, coming down, never been reading in the world and stuff like that. And I came down and read my first book. And then my second book, that I got into the reading. So I came across a book with a guy who's also incarcerated. He's a well-known author today, so I read that and I'm looking at his story and I'm like, man, we're like, we similar in the streets, incarcerated, doing the same things and stuff of that nature. And in my mind, I feel that if he can do it, I can do it. So my mind wasn't on like being the best author or the top seller author. My mind was on, hey, I can get this money up, raise me a lot, get out to spend attention, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I deserve a second chance. So that was my main objective at first, you know what I'm saying? And to
So my understanding is that you also have created or in the process of creating your own publishing company. Can you tell me a little bit about
Right.
that?
Well, yes, of course, I like to say about that. First of all, the name of my publishing company that I'm working on is called Standout Publishing. And the book that's behind it is Holding Mind Positive. You know, and the reason I got that is like, you know, to hold someone hostage is to keep them at base, you know what I'm saying? So I want to captivate all readers with the knowledge, the story, the storyline, you know, the characters and things of that nature. Because, you know, over time, it's been a stigma and a stereotype of black authors, period. You know what I'm saying? And I want to break that cycle and come with a publishing company, you know what I'm saying? And not bring diversity between races, but bring diversity between the genre, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to be like the first author that comes, you know what I'm saying, and can, in the same household, you got children, you got people of different ages, different genres that want to, you know, read different genres. They can read urban, nonfiction, children books, espionage books, murder mysteries. I write all that, you know. So I'm not placing myself in a box, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much like being diverse all the way around the globe. So I want to pick up people along the way that can be the same way too.
Now that is interesting. I know a lot of authors are starting to reach outside of the box, and the reason why they're doing it because they want to not be placed that they are a urban book author or they are a poetry author. They will start out in their genre and then start to branch off. So I see a lot of authors doing that. Um, how do you get your ideas? Where did it come from? Is it from things that you have done in your past or other situations you have seen? How do you get ideas for your stories?
But, yeah, that's basically it. Most of my ideas come from past experiences. You know, things of that nature, things I've seen, people I've been around, you know, maybe TV shows, movies that sparked the idea. It might be somebody particular in the neighborhood that I grew up with. Maybe an old lady, you know, everybody got a Miss Pearl in the neighborhood. Everybody got candy, man. You know, you can just use the characteristics into the book and bring them to life where people can relate to them.
Now that's good. A lot of authors do that. They use what they see and what they've been through and then evolve it to catch that audience. So
That's right.
I know you say you don't want to be placed in a box of a certain genre, but if you had to choose one genre, if they were to place you in a box, because you know, as in libraries, bookstore, and all of these other entities, they do put it in categories. What category would you want to be placed in and why?
It really be two, but the main one that, you know, to express my character and my change and transition as a man, it'd probably be self-help.
Okay, self help. Okay. And why self help?
Because, learning over the years, seeing different people go through different things, dealing with mental health, relationships, the division of the black home, the divisions of the community, things of that nature. I have a lot to say dealing with sociology, you know what I'm saying? Psychology things in the mind that what makes people think this, what makes people do that, you know what I'm saying? And I had one of them, I'm in the process of right now, this independent and then more than value for a divine nation, you know, so it's like a self-help, like trying to bring back the black community and the black home, you know, pretty much basically like how it was when we was coming up, we see, two-parent home, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many children out there that don't have the not fortunate enough to have the father and the mother in the same household, you know what I'm saying, dealing with certain circumstances, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with our environment. So I want to kind of change that up, and give people understanding why these things happen.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. So I know our time is limited. So let's talk a little bit because I know I'm gonna tell y'all we got an exclusive. So on November 2nd, I wouldn't say that's the day, We're going to have Mr. Northern come back and he's going to tell us about his new novel, Flowers of Eve. So, can you give us a little bit of what Flowers of Eve is about?
Well, the overall basis of Flower Eve is basically a love story. And, it's typical, like everybody's looking for love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be loved, and like everybody want to expect that love. You know, and it's dealing with two characters. And both characters are going through something. They got a personal thing that happened in their life that changed the whole outlook of their life. Like one had a death, another had a miss. You know, a thing dealing with relationship that I don't want to expose to the readers just yet, but each character vows the same thing, not even knowing each other before they meet each other, and they vow that they'll never find love again. So there's no one can replace the love, and no one can replace the love of the other. So it comes to a point where they see that love is still there.
So, on my show, we do things like visual aids, okay? So, I would ask the author if you can choose a certain person from a certain uh, walk of life to be a certain character in their book, they would tell me who it is. So, I do know you have four main characters. You have two best friends. One is named Kendrick, the other name is Carlos. And then you have the two female friends. One is named Mo and one is named Eve. So let's just take, and I can't tell y'all everything. I was about to give y'all a little bit, but I can't. I can't give y'all. Let's just take one of the couple, the two main characters. We have Kendrick and Eve. So if Kendrick can be a 90s rap artist, who would he be and why? Now, I've read the book and I'm going to tell you who I think after you tell me who you think he would be and why.
Yeah, Kendrick was a 90s rapper.
If Kendrick was a 90s rapper, who would he be?
I'll say, that's out that. I'll say LL Cool J.
Oh,
That's my
snap.
go-to guy back then.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking LL Cool J. And I would say because Kendrick is very smooth and he's very business minded. But what would you say why he would be LL Cool J?
Because everybody love Cool James, you know what I'm saying? And he's smooth, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, he's very diverse and his money making his career. So, that's what Kendrick was about. He once was in the streets, but him and his partner, they was in college and they changed their life and they ended up having a career. So,
all right. So now we have Eve. If we can give Eve any 90s R&B artist, who would she be? Ooh, that one's hard.
A 90s R&B artist.
Yes.
I would say Mary J. Blige.
You would say Mary J. Blige? Why Mary J. Blige?
Mary J. Blige, all the time, she expressed her pain and hurt and dealing with my book. She went through a lot of pain, what I'm saying, with her loss and, dealing with trying to bounce back to the million. So, I compare them two like that.
I would say Shantae Moore. And the reason why I say Shantae Moore is because she's smart, she's educated, she's beautiful. She's been through some pain, but she doesn't have that rough edge like Mary J. But when I vision Eve, I vision her poised, or as they say, bougie. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna let you go in about 2-3 minutes. But before we let you go, please, what would you like to say to anyone out there? If you could say anything to anyone, what would it be?
I like to say, don't let your circumstances, get in your way. Don't let no barrier come between see my name on children's book. You see my name on a murder mystery. You see my name on an espionage, a love story. You know, hey man, it's a good story, and we don't have to worry about if I fit that category or not. So I want to let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, if they in that, still they in that box that placing that stereotype, that that stigma, then hey man, you can break out of that.
All right. Well, we thank you for joining us on SC Book Gals and Friends. In 2 weeks, we'll have you back and we'll be talking about Flowers of Eve. And we'll be talking about Kendrick and Carlos and Mo and Eve. And y'all, all I can say is y'all don't want to miss this because these characters, they get on my nerves sometimes. But we'll talk about why they get in our nerves, okay? But thank you, Mr. Kendrick, for being with us tonight.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
No,
I'm looking forward to coming back.
no problem. But you guys, guess what? Next week, Saturday, I'm going to have Mr. Kent Osborne, and he's going to talk to us about his journey in being an author. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we will. So we'll see you next week on Nasty Book Gals and Friends Chat. Don't forget, every book is always a new book because not everybody has read every book. You guys have a great night. Bye.